What's up, everybody? Welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news each and every day. I'm Drew Bosley, that's Scott Savage, and you can join us at InsideTheGame.ca, our YouTube channel at Inside the Game Official, our fast channel over on Rad TV. That's right, 24/7 of ITG all day long just for you. But of course, we're also on other TV networks around the globe: Jinx Esports TV, ESTV, Amazon Prime, Roku, Samsung Plus. The list just keeps going. But if you don't want us in the viewable form, then you can get us over in your earbuds thanks to our friends at Fired Up Network, where you can get us in the download for the podcast side of things. Scott, what's coming up on today's show, buddy?
We have news as Diablo IV reaches an Xbox free trial this weekend. Good time to get in. PUBG Mobile is still going strong with a creators program and an absolutely massive prize pool there. PlayStation 5 Slim has a release date, and Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is back in the news.
Ah, man, this might be our time to return back to Spirits Unleashed. Ghostbusters, so cool. But first up, let's talk about it. Diablo IV free weekend. Scott, Diablo fans and many alike are following the Activision Blizzard deal. And when it came over to Xbox, a lot of people went, is Diablo 4 going to be on Game Pass? Well, yes and no. Let's talk about it. A 10-hour Diablo 4 trial is available for all Xbox players this weekend. Let the games begin, Scott. Tom Ivan over at VGC. The trial is available as part of Xbox long-running free play days promotion, which lets Game Pass subscribers try out the full versions of selected games each weekend at no additional charge. Diablo 4.
Do you remember the last time you played one of those? Mine was Anthem.
Was it? Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm probably there too. Yeah.
That was all the Anthem I needed, and then I found it for $5 at EB Games. But
oh, that hurts, man. Diablo 4 doesn't require a Game Pass membership, but playtime is limited to 10 hours, Microsoft said. Game Pass Core and Game Pass Ultimate members can also try out NBA 2K24 Lawn Mowing Simulator and Hoka Life this weekend. Free play days kicked off on Thursday morning and is running until Sunday, October 22nd at basically midnight on the 22nd. There's an opportunity people get in, and there should be something cool there to try out. And this is my first way in, dude, to Diablo. I don't think I've ever played Diablo, but there's been so much hype around Diablo 4 that I was like, do I buy it? And I couldn't bring myself to do it because A, I know it's not my play style. B, I think a lot of my friends have moved on, right? And C, it's just I don't want to buy it and then hate it. It's the other side of it too. But
oh, that is true. It is your first experience with Diablo. That's a sensible position.
Yeah, Diablo 4 Season 2, which is titled Season of Blood, launched on October 17th, coinciding with the game's Steam release. It includes a new questline in which players recruit a vampire hunter, which is pretty cool. I know a lot of people were pumped by this, but then, dude, my brother was here the other day. Big Diablo fan, right? He's all over Diablo 4. He's well over 100 hours into this game. I know that's like almost like
has it been that long now?
Yeah, he's been playing for a while. So he goes, I'm pulling up my friend. He pulls up his friends list. He goes, I want to see who's now playing Diablo. Season 2 just dropped. He goes, nobody.
Oh,
right. He's like, who's jumping in? Because he's looking to jump back in with somebody. And now we're going, well, maybe, just maybe, here's my chance. I get to try out the game. I think this is a smart move. We just found out yesterday, yesterday and a couple days ago, really, Phil Spencer just really coincided with what Activision Blizzard said and said that none of their games are coming on like anytime soon, not until 2024 to Game Pass, which means, dude, Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass eventually next year, maybe. But now's my chance to jump in and actually get a feel for it. Is this my style? I'm not a dungeon crawler kind of guy. I'm not a big fan of that perspective on most games either. But again, it does play in certain games where I love it, right? The Cursed Crew, Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew has that top-down perspective that I absolutely had a blast playing that game. I love that game. Rest in peace, Me Games now, because they've decided to shutter the studio, which is a heartbreaker. But either way,
another casualty of this season,
dude. There's such a long list of how many studios either closed or laid off, and yeah, that was heartbreaking to hear. But we'll see what happens. They might come back eventually. Fingers crossed. Dude, they do some of the
Hopefully.
coolest stealth games around. So to lose them was a shot in the gut for me. But Diablo 4, again, right? Here's my opportunity. Scott, do you have Diablo 4?
I do have it, yes.
Where you at with it?
I will have to re-download, which takes quite some time. As we all know internally, I do not have good internet. But
Yeah.
I did beat it through once, and then I was doing some of those the events. I
Okay.
forget what they're called, Hell Tides,
Sure.
and I kind of fell off shortly after that. So I would definitely be down to spin it again because it doesn't take a terribly long time to run through the campaign.
Cool. All right.
You certainly could do it in 10 hours. You could maybe do
Really?
it twice.
Really? Is that short? Really?
Well, if you have a competent team, and admittedly, I was being carried.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And my other question too would be really for Corey. Corey really dove in deep with the game. Him and his wife were actually playing it together, right? Like that's incredible. That's a highlight of gaming, man. When you can pull in your partner to play with you, that's fantastic.
Oh, wicked.
So yeah, there was that. I wonder when you talk to him about season 2. I don't know if he's really jumping back. I don't think he can. I don't think he has the desire really to jump back in for season 2. Is it one of those they let it go too long? Like they had the wave, right? When Diablo dropped initially, everybody was all over it. When you keep that, how do you keep that momentum going? When you drop season 2, you wait too long and then you've lost that player base. But will season 2 come back? Yo, Destiny does it well, man. Like Destiny 2 keeps pulling people back in. The Division 2, same deal. They just dropped another season. People are back in again for that one. So maybe season 2 is enough to pull people back in. This will be my first chance to actually dive into Diablo 4. And I'm curious to see how it goes. Any recommendations on the class?
I really liked Druid, and I think that's probably the safest. It is also
enough.
partly your name. You could
Well.
be the Druid.
I could be. Let us know over on Twitter, the official ITG. Are you checking out Diablo 4 or are you jumping into season 2? Dude, this was... Yo, this is the way of the Fortnite, Scott. Let's go. 100 million creator plan for PUBG Mobile follows in Fortnite's footsteps. Grant Taylor Hill over at Insider Gaming. PUBG Mobile is a fairly remarkable game that has dominated the mobile scene for years and effortlessly, dude, I don't know why I got tongue-tied there, became one of the highest grossing esports games in the world. It has a huge footprint in the industry, and since 2021, creators have been pouring onto the platform to float their handcrafted content, much like the custom island mechanic in Fortnite. Recently, PUBG Mobile operator Crafton revealed a massive $100 million investment plan that'll be focused on rewarding creators for building in-game marvels. This is like for like approach compared to Fortnite's creator economy, in which talented creators can earn big bucks when players spend time enjoying their custom builds in-game. There's the money to be made. So let's go. Let's just see how it kind of works, I think. Over a period lasting 3 years, the Wonder Creators Network will bolster the co-creation ecosystem that exists in PUBG Mobile. It'll offer some killer incentives to creators taking part in the PDP, which is the Potopia Design Project, PUBG's mobile collaborative construction initiative. There's a huge prize pools up for grabs in tournaments that see creators float their ideas and constructs, which players then vote on and rank against one another. In one report, it was mentioned that Crafton has received almost 500,000 submissions from creators wanting to take part in the PDP. Ultimately, these sizable and valuable competitions will culminate in a reward ceremony, and the best part is that absolutely anyone can take part. It's worth stressing that this isn't the first time Crafton has done this, though. In 2021, something very similar was kicked off, and it was identical prize pool. Scott, mobile, dude, it's still a juggernaut market.
Yeah, even on mobile, there's still a hunger for PUBG development. It's interesting.
Fair.
Handing it over to the creators is something that I did not exactly see coming until Fortnite really paved the way for that.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
I'm not certain how Fortnite does it anymore because it's been literally years since I've been on, but there used to be a little creator zone that would change out from week to week. They would feature somebody's creations, and I imagine there would be a similar situation here. If you build something really cool, then hopefully it gets out there into the main world, the main game, and that way you can all have fun with it. But the curation is going to be the biggest problem there.
Always is.
Yeah, I like the idea of being able to vote amongst each other. The players can vote to determine which is the most beloved, and that way it kind of, saves Crafton a whole lot of work sorting through 500,000 submissions. But that's something that'll be interesting to see if there is real quality come out of that. I've seen a lot of great things come out of Forge, and Halo Forge has just the same potential to create a lot of garbage.
Well, that's just the biggest thing, right? At the end of the day, we're gamers and not necessarily level designers, storytellers, you know what I mean? Like that kind of aspect, right? We're not the game designer. We're the ones that play the games, to have a good time, to escape, and just do something else. Now, granted, there's a whole other side to it as well. You can get into the creative side. Dude, it's been around forever. Like Little Big Planet, do you remember that game?
Oh, I do.
Right?
That's a fun memory.
And a lot of people were that play, create, share mentality. And that grew and grew and grew. And now we have Fortnite with Fortnite 2.0, which uses like a step down version of the Unreal Engine, right? So they call it Unreal Engine Fortnite. That is the second step towards their creator program and how that's evolving. Now we see PUBG getting invested. They want to be a part of it as well, because there's huge opportunities, not only to keep your game alive, but then to get the creators invested and help you build a bigger community when it comes to PUBG Mobile in this case. My wife and I, dude, I will never forget it. It was one of the coolest Boxing Day years of my life.
Oh.
That day, Christmas comes, it goes, and the next day is Boxing Day. We literally sat on the couch the entire day and played PUBG Mobile. It was right up until dinner that day. It was like, wow, we've been here all day playing this. And it was a ton of fun.
Did you get any chicken dinners on the way to dinner?
Oh yeah, of course we did.
You guys are pretty good.
We were crushing it over there for a long time. And then granted, since then we've definitely, moved on and fell off and gone on to different things. I've still dabbled once in a while to jump back in to see what's going on. They have New State now as well, which is like a newer, updated version in a sense, and just different different maps, different style as well. But I don't know, is this enough to pull you in, Scott?
I am very curious to see how the very first battle royale can stay relevant, and I think this is an interesting way of doing that. I really don't need much of an excuse to go back, unless basically if you're online and you're playing, I'm in.
Well, so here's the thing: this is PUBG Mobile, not PUBG console or PC, right? This is where you see Fortnite everywhere else. They're on the console, they're on the PC, and that's where their creator program is thriving. Here you get over to PUBG, dude, console, PC, it's not there. It is just for mobile, which is kind of a weird step. Obviously, then at the end of the day, it's kind of telling, right? The install base is really on the mobile side.
Yeah, I think that's where the majority of their numbers come from. I have a cracked up screen though. I don't know if that's going to work very well. I'm not one of those the conductor kind of kids that play that nowadays. I need a much larger iPad.
Yeah, I was using my iPad back in the day. Right, it's a 12-inch screen and it worked beautifully. It allowed
no
me
wonder you could win.
Yeah, it was definitely helpful when it came to playing. Instead of my little, my Google Pixel 6, where it's a much smaller phone. I'm like, I can't do this. This is not for me. But yeah, I don't know. I might jump back in and take a look. I'm curious to see what people are creating over there.
Might be a lot of good stuff. I hope so.
Scott, the PS5 Slim release date has been revealed. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. The PS5 Slim release date has been revealed by a data miner, a very reputable data miner, by that being Bill Coon, someone we talk about very often here on the show, in fact.
Yeah, very relevant leaker, always on the ball.
Yep, well, the PS5 Slim is set to release on November 10th, 2023, according to our own source. Yep, this was that sources, that's weird. This data is accurate, with Sony already having an estimated 4.5 million units of the new console ready to sell. It's understood that Sony's previous estimate of 18 million units for the new PlayStation 5 in fiscal year 23 has been reduced to 14 million units. Whilst the drop still significant, or our past reporting was based on Sony's expectation to release the console in September 2023, but several delays have caused adjustments in their numbers. Internally, Sony expects the new console revision to sell more than the standard PS5, which was reportedly over 40 million. Scott, 40 million units in July 2023. As reported over a year ago, the new PS5 Slim, which is actually just called the PS5, will replace the current model with haul and optional attachment. Man, oh man, that's weird. Basically, what he's trying to say is it'll have a option to put a disk drive to the new PS5 Slim, right? It's a separate component now. They took out the drive. Why? Because so many of us just download stuff. Brad, I'm calling you out. Get on the program. In North America and Japan, the PS5 Slim will be made available at select retailers on November 10th, and for PlayStation directly. In the following months, it'll roll out globally. In the US, you'll have the PS5, the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive at $49.99 US, and the digital at $449. So they're knocking off $50, Scott. That's the biggest thing.
Okay. Yeah, those are American dollars, however. So for the Canadian conversion, we are looking at quite a lot more.
Skyrocketed.
It is worth noting that you're going to have to set aside a small amount of money for a vertical stand as well. That's a design change here that I'm not sure I appreciate very much. I like that my Series S, or X rather, stands tall. I think the PlayStation would look very nice next to it vertically.
I lay mine down. Dude, straight up. Mine is flat. It is not standing up. I don't want the horizontal. Dude, I don't want the space. That's the other thing. You know, the PS5 is a juggernaut of a console. This box, dude, yeah. A lot of people, I think, lay it down just because tight spaces, right? It just doesn't fit in my console unit for my TV and stuff to stand in there. Here's the thing. This is... on November 10th is the PlayStation 5 Slim. On November 15th is the PlayStation Portal. 5 days later, dude, they're trying to sell another thing of hardware, right? Is that a weird launch date to you? I get people, like a lot of us already have, like 40 million of us already have a PS5, but there's still people who don't and will buy the next PS5. They've been holding off, hearing rumors of a Slim. Okay, now's my chance to jump in. So maybe they'll captivate those people, get them in, but those who already have it don't even have to worry about the Slim, really, technically. I don't need to worry about it, right? I already have mine. Yeah. But I'll take that Portal on the 15th, though, right? It seems weird. Yeah, I guess 5 days out.
Oh, yeah, if you were going to set yourself up with the entire package, that's a huge investment in the ecosystem. You might as well throw the PSVR 2 on there as well. Go ahead and spend 2 months' rent.
$2,000 later? That's a lot of money if you're dropping on a PS5 Slim, PlayStation Portal, and the PSVR 2. That's a lot of hardware coming out of PlayStation lately, and we haven't seen that on the other side with Xbox.
No, PlayStation is absolutely dominating this console race, unless you compare it to the Nintendo Switch, but that's like 1.5 consoles removed at this point.
Pretty much, but there you go, November 10th, PS5 Slim. Scott, just in time for the Halloween season, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed now launches on Steam and the Switch with the Ultimate Edition of the Ecto Edition. Only for $20. Dude, that's a steal for this game. Here's what you're gonna get. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed Ecto Edition is truly the full game package for new players, and with the digital versions for only $19.99, $20. And current players will receive all of the following with a free update. Sweet. So we get a main narrative and story expansion, new ghost types, pretty cool to see that coming around. We got 2 new maps as well, Petey's Pirate Cove and the Galway Station is going to be there. Ghost bounties, character and gear unlocks, new gear shells to unlock, new cosmetics, and added 10-year level, countless UX, UI, gameplay improvements, and more. Scott, is this enough for you to jump back into the world of Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed?
I think this might be just enough. We had some good fun playing internally, a bit of a crew we had going, and as long as we get the band back together, I'm in.
The 4 versus 1 thing is fun, but you often kind of wonder what's going to stick around and what's not going to stick around. Clearly, this is still going. The price has definitely changed since the initial release, going to only $20. I think it's a great time to get in there. If you can have a crew of 5 people, because it's 4 Ghostbusters and then 1 ghost. Dude, you get everybody in that same party chat. It is a riot. We had so much fun. I definitely want to get back in. We're right there. New ghosts, new maps, new things to do. Has me pretty excited. I'm glad that Ilphonic is sticking around and keeping attention to this one and keeping it alive and keeping it going. Pretty exciting. Man, I didn't expect this one. I kind of thought it would just come and go, which, you know, with the price drop of $20, kind of wondering how big the install base is currently and how many people are really playing it. But if you haven't played this, I'm telling you, you have 5 friends, man, this is a blast to play.
Oh, I think we'll see a bit of a pop in those numbers going on to Steam and Nintendo Switch altogether. I don't know exactly if the cross-play works that way. Actually, yes, I believe it does, but it's been so long since I played now, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to kind of sustain momentum. Will this game just come back every October? Perhaps. I bet Friday the 13th worked in a similar manner, but you look at Dead by Daylight, it goes all day, every day, constantly.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It makes you wonder if there is space in the industry for another one, like Ghostbusters. But it has such a unique image of its own, and I'm realizing this as I'm saying, this is definitely your favorite Halloween horror-themed game. It has to be.
It certainly is. Yeah, I'm not the horror fan at all, right? There's definitely an art style, a charm behind Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed that allowed me to sink in. I got level 40 something. Like I was climbing there for a while. I really dove in and had a blast. It was so much fun. I think that's the thing. It does have this story that you can kind of go along and play and have an understanding of how it all kind of opened up and why you're there, what's going on and stuff like that. But on top of that too, you bring in your friends and that just changes everything, especially if one of your friends are the ghost and then you're hunting them down, you're chasing them down, and then everybody's just like chirping the whole time, and then you get away as the ghost, and then you come back and you win or you lose, and it's just, man, I don't remember having so much fun in this kind of game in a very long time.
You're speaking from experience. You are incredibly good as a ghost, and we're gonna have to recruit the real life Bill Murray to come defeat you.
It was a ton of fun. It definitely, right? It's one of those, when you get into Halloween season, yo, this is one you got to put on the list to play. We've done our top 10 in the past before for the weekly show, you know, and this is definitely one of those Halloween games that if you get your crew together, this will be one of the things that you should be playing on a regular yearly basis. I may not stick with it all year round, but it's enough to jump back in when the holiday season comes around, man. Good fun. Absolute blast to play.
Definitely.
Scott, it's a smaller list for games out today, but dude, there's some big ones swinging through. What are they?
That's right. We have Warm Snow, now on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and Switch. I sense humor in that title. There's Trinity S is now on full release on PC, also on PlayStation 4 and 5. Tennis on Court is in PlayStation VR 2. Super Mario Bros. Wonder releases on the Switch. You may have heard of that title before. And if not, Spider-Man 2 might be more your speed on PlayStation 5.
There you go. Don't forget, if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you swing over to InsideTheGame.ca or our YouTube channel. In there, you can check out Spider-Man 2. Steve and I got it up there for review for you.
You want to join us?
He's here.
Lock down the whole building!
I know I can snap him.
And that'll wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest of gaming news each and every day. We'll be back again soon-ish, I would say at this point. It is the weekend, so we're out of here. I'm Drew, that's Scott.
And we'll see you inside the game.